Hi, my name's Victoria and I'm a bariatric patient of 3 years. My life before bariatric surgery was nothing. Physically, mentally, I had bipolar, so I was getting worse and worse. I've always been a slim person and a slim child. And then I had I was always sort of 10 stone, which I think is 140 pounds, I'm not sure, but 10 stone. And that was me all my life, and then I had a breakdown, which required bipolar medication, and the one that I had was quintarpine. The side effects were ridiculous. I used to have the tablet and then 20 minutes later I would just be in the fridge. I'd have to eat. People say, oh, you didn't have to eat. No, the side effects were so bad. I was just like, oh, chocolate, sweets, just everything. I had to eat. And that's one of the side effects. And if you look up side effects, that can be one. And it happened to me. I started to put on more weight, and the more weight I put on, my stomach was getting bigger and bigger, so I needed more substance, more food, as you can imagine. And so I just kept eating. It got to a stage where we went into the appointment, like 3 monthly appointment or monthly appointment, and we said, look, what do you want to do? Do you want to change tablets? And I panicked and was like, no, don't want to change tablets. Can you imagine if I went downhill again? So it won't. I was like, I don't care. I'd rather be fat and happy than the way I was and slim. So we made a decision to keep going. Within 1 year, I'd put on 10 stone, which I think is 150 pounds, 160 pounds, something like that. I'm not too sure, but 10 stone. And then it just kept climbing up for my whole of my 40s. I was this size, 23 stone, 22 stone, 21 stone. I used to try every single diet under the sun, Cambridge diet, any liquid diet I would try, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, you name it, I tried it. I'd lose some weight and then I would put it all back on plus. And everybody who's tried to lose weight has said exactly the same. You lose all the weight, but more so put it on after. It's really strange, but that's what happened to me. I got to the point of the doctors were saying, if you don't sort this out, then you are at a critical stage in your life where you could die. That frightened the pants out of me, but also it frightened the pants out of my mother-in-law, my husband and all my family. My mother-in-law struggled, but paid for me to have my surgery in England under Healthier Weight, in London, independent hospital under Dr. Loy. Everything was super. He couldn't do the so anyway, I went ahead. It was £12,000. I was going to say something, but I thought no, I'll go back, and I'll tell you that in a minute. It was £12,000 under Healthier Weight, and I literally booked it up ASAP soon as they said. Didn't have any before care, as in mental psyche tests or anything, just my own psyche saying to me that I can do it. And letters had to go to them to say that I was mentally well, which I was, due to my medication and fatness. And then I had to have other sort of doctors saying it's okay to have the surgery, which they did. And then I had the surgery. So I went into hospital 4 weeks later. I had to do a liquid diet for 4 weeks for the liver shrinking diet. Yep, that was 4 weeks I had to do, and I had to do it through Christmas. So I started in December, basically beginning of December, and I think it was the 14th of December and finished on the 14th of January when I had my surgery. Did not cheat whatsoever. As far as I was concerned, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Wasn't going to have it again. If I didn't have it, I'd die. So it was do or die situation. And I went for it. So 4 weeks, I was on Slim Fast. That was the one I was doing. Chocolate and that sort of thing. So yeah, I had 4 shakes a day for 4 weeks. Then I went in for surgery, and I was just so ecstatic, and the surgeons and everybody couldn't believe how happy I was, and I was just going, I'm having surgery. And this was because it was going to change my life. I was going to be able to be mobile. I was be able to sort of do what I was able to do before. I'd be able to play with my kids, even though they're adults, they still like to play with me. And I was able to drive a car, and I'd be able to do this, and I'd be able to do that, and all these fun things that were in my head. But more to the point, my health was at stake. So I went under the knife. I had the surgery. In the end, I went for the bypass. I really wanted the bypass. Don't know why. I thought I did my homework, and I thought the bypass longevity would be the best option. Anyway, he did the sleeve. I didn't want the sleeve also, forgot to tell you, because I had really bad acid reflux, and I had done for years and years and years, even throughout the liquid diet beforehand, for the liver shrinking diet, still had it then. So anyway, I ended up with the sleeve. Apparently I couldn't have the bypass because there was too much fatty tissue attached to the wall or something. I wasn't quite sure or understand that because I was out of it when I came round. He told me. I should have looked into that and why, but I was out of it. I didn't understand and just went with, I've got a sleeve, that's fine. Lost weight. I'm a slow loser, and that's because of my medications. All of them are very hard to lose weight with, but I did it, and in 2 years I lost 11 stone, incredibly. I still have 6 stone to go. Would you believe it? But yeah, I do. Well, 5 stone. If I'm going to see what my body does around the 5 stone mark and see what happens, see what I look like, see how mobile I am, etc., etc. And then my father died in July the 7th in 2021, and I drank at his funeral and didn't stop. Became an alcoholic and was drinking day, night, wherever I was, and it's sort of, I didn't need food. I wasn't doing 30 minutes before, I wasn't doing 30 minutes after. I wasn't eating small meals. I'll just eat whenever I was hungry, and which wasn't very often. It would be the alcohol. I was losing weight, but it wasn't good. So eventually my sister said, did I want to go into rehab, and she'd pay for it, and she did, and I did, and I successfully did that, and I've never drank since, and that was October the 14th 2021, and the date today is the 16th of June 2022. So yeah, really proud of that. Not proud of the fact that I got there anyway, but I got to the lowest ebb where I was affecting the family with my drinking. I was not very nice, wasn't the worst person in the world, and I meant everything like in the best will in the world, but yeah, just got horrible, just sort of like, why do you mean by that? Because you don't think logically at all, so you're just, what did you mean by that? Well, I don't agree with that. So that's how I got. And my poor Sophie, who was the middle daughter, who's obviously an adult, but still, had to deal with this, and I'd go to her for any problems that I had. If I had a row with anybody, I'd go to her. If she was upset me, I would have a go at her. She was my, sounding board, but also if I got to the point of like nobody else was listening, then I'd, knock her confidence, as a fly. That's when I said I need to go into rehab and I need to do something about it. So I did. And thankfully my sister could do it for me. Thank you, Hilary. And so I went into rehab. That was really good. Successfully did it. Really proud of myself. Wasn't proud that I had to do it anyway in the first place, but I did, and it was cool. And then I thought mentally, I think my brain wasn't with it again with the bipolar. I think I was I think everything was adjusting, and I think the alcohol coming out of my system was in December. It was December when I came out and everything, and I think the bipolar mental pit hadn't caught up, and so mentally I thought, oh no, I've stretched my stomach, which I couldn't do, of course, like in that short time, and apparently the surgeons say it's an organ, so you couldn't stretch it like that anyway. You have to be like years into it to like keep overeating all the wrong foods. So anyway, I thought mentally I had. Sister came to the rescue again, and she paid for me to have the revision, which is revision to bypass. So I had that. I wasn't right. I wasn't ready. It was on the 12th of January 2021. Hello, back again. So I thought I'd continue from 2021. So my phone died. It got too hot in the sun. Can I do something really posy? Because the sun's in my eyes, and I wanted to make it all sunny, you see. My little bio. See how posy that is? Okay, anyway. Went into rehab 2021. Where did I get to? Went into rehab 2021, came out. I wasn't ready for surgery in 2021 at all, mentally. I shouldn't have had it. So I went for the revision bypass and maintained for the whole year, basically. I lost a stone, 14 pounds. In fact, I think I lost 28. I lost 2, but I put on a stone and then maintained. So maintained for the whole year, didn't lose a thing, and I think basically it's just purely I wasn't ready. I kept eating the carbs and then the protein. I still did all my protein, all what I was supposed to do, by eating my protein, drinking all my water, doing everything I'm supposed to do, but then I'd put more carbs in, or I'd have more snacks. So I know how to maintain. I just got to lose the next 6 stone. Wasn't ready, and then 2022 January, a year on my bypass, I decided to get going again. I felt that I was mentally ready, although not 100%. Started to lose weight, and then gained some. Old trick. And then gained some again, and then I lost it. So I was only putting on £5 and £4 and then go back down, but it's no good. When you're getting into that scenario, you got to stop immediately before it goes any further. However, last week I started to put on weight because my mother was in hospital, really, really ill. So of course I went straight to the food because I couldn't go to the alcohol to blot everything out. So basically I went to the food, overate, got sick, and have to go to bed to sleep for a while, and that was just my way of getting through it. Terrible, I know. And then it's just a dumping syndrome, awful, but I just had to go into that blotto mode. Terrible. Got even worse when I stayed with her in hospital for her final days. She passed away 2 days ago, and I just ate for England, 3 sandwiches, packet of crisps, sorry that was a fly, just ate for England. Anyway, I've put on 14 pounds in the last, before she was in hospital, during she was in hospital, and then while I was with her. So got to get that off now. So that's 14 pounds over the weight that I'd got down to in the bypass. So I don't want to go any further. I'm now 17 stone, so I've now got to lose, about 6-7 stone now. So it's ridiculous. So I will lose it, as I have lost the 11 stone. I will do it again. Here I am to date at 2022, June the 16th.